And so one way to do that is we can control our level of alertness or calmness really easily. And it's anchored in a really cool medical textbook finding that I think for all the people who are interested in breath work, they'll find this, I hope, interesting. For people that aren't, I think you'll find this useful too, which is that when we inhale, what happens is our diaphragm moves down. That creates more space in our thoracic cavity, in our abdomen, and our heart gets a little bit bigger physically. Blood flows a little bit slower through there because it's bigger. It's just like a bigger pipe. So whatever blood is in there is moving a little slower. And there's some neurons in there called the sinoatrial node. They send a signal to the brain, says, wait, blood's flowing slow. The brain sends a signal right back to the heart and speeds the heart up. Okay, so what that means is anytime we inhale, every inhale we ever take, we're speeding the heart up a little bit. So it's like an accelerator. So if you want to be more alert, like let's say you feel like you want to be more alert for whatever reason, you can make your inhales longer or more vigorous. So if
somebody right now is like, oh man, I'm just kind of sleepy. Maybe I'll listen to this podcast. Maybe I need a coffee. Right. I don't know. Then
do 10
prioritizing
breaths.
The inhales would be the way to go.
Yeah. Do 10 breaths where the inhales are longer than the exhales, and you will naturally wake up the alertness system of your brain and body. And this is literally a relationship between the diaphragm, the heart, and the brain, and back again. And the opposite is
That's
also
very much like Tumo breathing or the Wim Hof method,
exactly.
right? Because what he teaches is deep inhale, fully in.
Right. That's right.
And then just let it fall out.
And then let it fall out. And when people do it like heavy exhales, they're kind of balancing it in the way that wouldn't be like classic Wim Hof or classic Tumo.
Right. Which is a mistake that I think a lot of people make when they're trying to do the Wim Hof is they'll go
right. Right. Because it gives you that high. When you blow off a lot of air, does two things. One is you blow off a lot of carbon dioxide, which gives you a greater capacity for long breath holds, which people kind of get into the competitiveness with themselves around breath holds. So Wim Hof or Tumo, right, 25 or 30 breaths, like you said, you're supposed to inhale and then let it fall out. If you really push the exhales, then on the breath holds, you can go twice as long because the impulse to breathe is controlled by a set of neurons that detect carbon dioxide. So when you exhale a lot, you don't have the same impulse. You can sit for a long time. This is why doing it near water or in water is bad. People have died doing it that way.
Shallow water blackout.
Shallow water blackout because you don't feel the impulse to breathe.